Greetings, everyone. Um, Thank you so much for being able to attend our uh, yield event for our Lubin students. We are very excited to be here today to be able to convey what PACE has to offer. And everything really comes down to one thing. It's really the return on investment that you will receive while you are attending at PACE. And it's a great opportunity really to be able to hear from the individuals that are here at PACE that are going to help you achieve those dreams. So starting with myself, my name is Rob Medrano. I'm the Director of International Admission and Recruitment at Pace University. Today, we will discuss just a few things. First and foremost, regarding admissions requirements that we will need, upon your acceptance that you've already been accepted to the university. But more importantly, we are going to have a great discussion here and a panel of individuals that are really going to give you insight in regard to how are you going to maximize your time at Pace. And following myself, we are going to have individuals from career services speak to you in terms of what their mission is to help you in terms of achieving your goals. We'll have individuals representing the Lubin School of Business, giving you more insight and ideas about what the school itself does. And then last but not least, really hearing from our students. We have current students and we also have an alumni here to really discuss what they've been doing while they're at school and then afterwards in terms of how PACE helped them achieve their dreams. So let me start out with just a few housekeeping tips in regards to admissions. First and foremost, you've been admitted. Wonderful. Congratulations. Well done. The next steps you would want to do is really to submit your deposit. And how would you do that? You would actually go on that link that's really provided on the above. This is being recorded as well, so we'll make sure that this is sent out. But more importantly, once you click on the link, you will see on the bottom screen where it says deposit now. Follow the directions in terms of next steps to be able to deposit. Very simple, no problems. You'll be able to go through that. The next question that students always have is in regards to, okay, I submitted my deposit, I've been admitted, I need to continue in terms of my appointment for the embassy for my visa. So first and foremost, you need to receive an I-20. So you need to submit your documents. Again, the link is provided right there. You can see that once you click on that, you'll see next steps also below. So things like your financial affidavit, which will then require bank documentation, just regarding sufficient funds, etc. I won't really go too much into what the requirements are. Everything is listed there. But it's very simple. You've already done the hard part in regard to submitting your application to the school, submitting your transcripts, letters of recommendation, test scores if you needed it, and you've been admitted to the university, which is great. Now everything else is gravy. So all you need to do is submit your deposit and continue on towards your I-20. So now that you've been admitted, you want to know more about Lubin School of Business and what is it going to do for you. So I am now going to kick it off to Ms. Phyllis Mooney, who works in our Career Services Department. And she is really going to give you more insight and really kind of giving you the ideas in terms of what's the next steps and what Career Services is going to do for you. Phyllis, passing it off to you.
Thank you so much, Rob. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I am so delighted and honored to be here with you all right now, and congratulations on your acceptance to Pace University. Pace University's mission is opportunity, opportunitas. And in career services, we know it's all about getting you where you want to go. So I can't stress enough that, in choosing PACE, you have made the best choice in terms of your return on investment in your future and in your career. And I just wanted to take a few minutes right now to share with you what we do in career services and how we do it, and also share with you some of our extraordinary outcomes. And you'll see how we've gotten there. Starting off with outcomes. How does Pace University's postgraduate outcomes compare to the national averages? Well, for the past 5 years, our overall employment rates have been 10 percentage points higher than the national average. That is a significant that is a significant advantage, and that includes how we compare to some of the top tier universities within the United States, including the Ivy Leagues. And so how is the Lubin School of Business international students, how have they been doing? Extraordinary. For both the classes of 2019 and also now the class of 2020, we'll see that the undergraduate, the bachelor level students, Lubin international students, have reported to us that about 86% of them it's 86% both for the class of 2019 and the class of 2020 were employed within 6 months of graduation, or they were going on to graduate school. And at the master's level, and for the class of 2019, 91%. And this year, remarkably, even in a pandemic at that master's level, 95% of our international Lubin graduates reported employment or continuing their education within 6 months of graduating from PACE. And you can also see here the average full-time salaries were just over $65,000 a year. For the class of 2020, over 100 different employers hired our Lubin international students, and from very exciting industries, including financial services and accounting, technology and telecommunications, consulting, advertising, marketing, public relations, arts, entertainment, media, and hospitality and tourism. Those are the top industries for the Lubin School of Business. That's where they've been going for the past few years after they've graduated from PACE. And here are also some of the big brands, the employers, and the types of positions our Lubin international students have been going into. And you can see some of really significant names up here, including Bank of New York Mellon. You also see representation from all the accounting firms, including the big four accounting firms. It's Ernst & Young, Deloitte, JP Morgan Chase, KPMG, PwC, and places like the United Nations, and what am I saying? Some hospitals, of course, Mount Sinai Health System. And that's just a snapshot of where some of our Lubin international students have been going in the past couple of years. It's no secret. How do you get a great job after graduation? Well, it starts while you are a student and you start interning through CPT. Just last year, just under 9,000 PACE students participated in an internship or similar experience in addition to their academics. And they're also told us that 81% of those positions, those internship positions, were paid. And just a few weeks ago, we launched a new type of experience for PACE students, which international students can take advantage of. And those are paid remote micro internships. So those are small projects. They're available all over the United States. You perform those virtually, and they're all paid opportunities. They're small projects, and they're really, really great small internships that help our international students build experiences and build additional skills, and of course, build a network for when they're looking for opportunities post-graduation. And if we could just turn back here, I just wanted to point out here is an international student, Aliyah. She's a public accounting major, and she has done a couple of internships so far as a student. And that's Aliyah. Next slide. And here are some more examples of some great, phenomenal opportunities, places where our Lubin international students have interned over the past couple of years. Again, you can see all the different types of jobs that they've held and at the brands that they've been going to, including places like the Bank of China, Atlantic Records, American Express, Godiva Chocolate, Jimmy Choo, HSBC Bank, PwC, Sony Music, Viacom, the list goes on and on. So there's a diversity of opportunity in all industries and all different kinds of jobs for Lubin International students. So how does a place like PACE achieve the phenomenal outcomes that we do for our international students? Well, it starts with our mission. Our mission in PACE Career Services is to help every student, most importantly, our international students, find a great job and build a foundation of a successful career, no matter who they are, who they know, or what their major is. We know that our international students have unique needs and interests, so we've developed a program just for you. We call it the INSPIRE program, which stands for the International Student Professional Readiness Education Program. It is an immersive career program required for all international students on F1 visas who want to work in the United States while they're students, and then go on to work afterwards, after they graduate under OPT. This program includes in-person and online workshops, an international career fair after they graduate that first semester, graduate from the program, that is, and there's lots of career panels and networking events so we can introduce you to employers and the multitude of opportunities that are out there for you. So this happens that the first semester that you will be attending PACE. It takes approximately the full semester to complete this program. Like I said, you do this in addition to your academics. We're with you the entire way, and it's extremely effective. It really sets you up for great success. So in that spring semester, that second semester, you're ready to attend the events, prepared and confident, apply for jobs related to your field of study, or internships rather related to your field of study, interview with confidently, and then land those positions. We're very proud of the program, and it's my understanding we're the only university that offers such a program for our international students. Also, we have a very committed and very large employer relations team who brings thousands of employers and opportunities to PACE each year through targeted outreach, programming, and technology. So in that second semester, after you've completed the program where we teach you, interview skills, we work with you on your resume, job search strategies, your 30-second pitch, et cetera, et cetera. It's in that second semester, after you've completed the INSPIRE program, you are now ready to meet all of these employers that our employer relations team brings to campus. So speaking of technology, we use this platform Handshake, which is a comprehensive career management platform. Just last year, we posted over 60,000 jobs in internship, even in the pandemic. There was a tremendous amount of opportunities all across the United States that were available to PACE through this platform, and almost all of them were remote opportunities. And then it was those 60,000 jobs and internships were posted by over 10,000 employers. We also host tons of employer information sessions, which we called spotlights. And last year, all virtually, we hosted over 100 employers to meet our students in these individual information sessions. And you can see some of the fantastic firms that came to meet our students, including our international students. They're very intimate, even on Zoom. The employers come and they do a presentation. They talk about their opportunities, what they're looking for in a successful candidate. They talk about their culture. And then the students have an opportunity to ask their questions and network. And then they follow up they're able to connect with the employers following these events through LinkedIn and keep in touch. And they've been hugely successful in students landing positions at these firms. So like I said, this is a very, very impressive list and just a taste of all of the employers who have come to campus virtually last year. And we're looking forward this fall and having many of these employers come back in person. We also host lots of career fairs. This year we had no issue. We just did it on virtual platforms and they were hugely successful. We did big career fairs, we do smaller, bespoke, targeted fairs, including a career fair for international students, which means every single employer in that room, Zoom room, or in the physical room, which we've been doing for many, many years, they're there just to meet international students, and they have opportunities under CPT and OPT. For Lubin international students, they also very much enjoyed and took advantage of and received opportunities through our Meet the Firms fair that we held early in the fall, which is for accounting and business students, a multimedia fair that we also held in the fall. And then we had another great one for nonprofits in the government sector. Lots of international students go into local nonprofits here in the New York, the tri-state area. And believe it or not, there's many, many opportunities for international students in city, state, and federal government. And of course, we hold lots of networking panels on campus, and we have our very famous on-campus recruiting program. We have a number of the biggest firms come on campus, spend a few days at a time, and we set up all of the interviews to meet the students. And it's just, it's really so successful and such a fantastic opportunity to meet all of these employers. Earlier this month, we hosted this great event, a great networking panel. We had 8 PACE graduates, formerly international students on F1 visas, who are now have graduated and very successful. And it was a wonderful event. And the purpose of that networking panel was to celebrate all of the students who had just completed the Inspire program. And there was about 90 of them. And it was in honor of them and to meet all of our great and very successful PACE alum. And how does this all of this happen? Well, it's the team. It's this, Career Services has this wonderful and very committed team. It's a highly diversified staff that is mission driven and outcomes focused. We're one of the biggest career centers in the industry. We're made up of also experienced professionals, many from industry backgrounds. There's a lot of folks, including myself, on the team who had careers prior to coming to higher education. I am an attorney by trade. I spent over 20 years working on Wall Street before I came to PACE and into this position. And there are many folks on the team, just like myself, who have come from the technology industry, marketing, media, entertainment. It's really a fantastic group of experienced professionals there for you to meet and support you and guide you in your career quest. Each of the 5 schools, if we could just turn back, Rob, one. Each of the 5 schools at PACE has a dedicated career counseling team and a placement specialist. So you'll have a dedicated you'll have a dedicated team. We have a dedicated team just for the Lubin School of Business. And each team is expert on all of their school's majors and job and internship trends. So you're getting a lot of experienced and focused attention and support. So what can you expect from your Lubin career team when you arrive at PACE? Well, it starts with the preparation that your career counselors will help you complete successfully the Inspire program, which is so important for you to build that solid foundation and be prepared and confident to go out there and compete for all of those great jobs, which you'll be able to do after you finish the program. They'll also help you search smarter. Strategize. You'll strategize with the Lubin placement specialist to identify U.S. employers of various sizes and across multiple industries that have CPT and OPT opportunities. And you'll see opportunities in the private sector, the nonprofit sector, government, and also there's on-campus jobs and internships, right? So they'll help you strategize and come up with a job search plan so you can start doing internships as soon as you are able to do them. Our employer relations teams bringing thousands of opportunities, employers to campus all the time. You'll have an opportunity to meet them and our PACE alumni. And then you'll be confidently applying, interviewing, and landing all of these opportunities with our support. And you'll be so confident knowing that we are there with you every step away. And while you're in these opportunities, we'll be there for you to support you. Before I turn this over to my colleague in the Lubin School of Business, I do want to make a special announcement. This is for our deposited students. Please stay tuned. You should be receiving emails from our admissions department very, very soon about a new initiative that we're running in PACE Career Services. It's the Pre-Inspire program. So even before you get to campus, you can start working with our team and start on the Inspire program. So you get that much ahead of the game and ready to begin to network and apply for positions. Please stay in touch. You can stay in touch with me. You can always send an email to careers@pace.edu. A great way to follow and see what kinds of initiatives and what kinds of programs and all of the events that we're hosting, what kinds of opportunities are coming in every day, is to follow us on Instagram and also our showcase page on LinkedIn. So now I'd like to turn the presentation over to my colleague, Jacqueline Callery from the Lubin School of Business. Congratulations, everyone. Best of luck to you. And Jacqueline, I turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Phyllis. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. We're very happy to have all of you here. My name is Jacqueline. As Phyllis said, I work in the Lubin School of Business as the Assistant Director in the Center for Global Business Programs. And today I'll be speaking to you about how our location will benefit you. So I'll tell you a little bit about our rankings and the recognition that we have for our business school. And I'll also be telling you about how the specific academic environment of Lubin will benefit you during your time here. So as you can see, the Lubin School of Business is in the financial district. And so you have access, of course, to all of those employers in the area. And we're going to be talking kind of what Phyllis talked about how to get those experiences during your time here. Because our mission at Lubin, as you can see on the slide, is to develop your analytical, organizational, and personal competencies in a comprehensive academic and experience-based learning environment. And that experience-based part is something we're really passionate about. We know that you need to get the hands-on experience during your time here in order to be able to be effective when you graduate. So some of the national recognition that we have include being accredited for both for both business and accounting by AACSB International, which is the premier accrediting organization for the business schools worldwide. And fewer than 5% of business schools internationally have this dual accreditation from AACSB, so we're really proud of that. And we also are in one of the top 10 schools in the US for internship placement, thanks to Phyllis's office, excuse me. And we ranked #1 in New York State, according to US News and World Report. So if you are at PACE, you can feel safe that we're going to do everything that we can to get you that internship that will be that next step to getting you your full-time job after graduation. In the 2018-2019 college salary report, payscale.com reported that Lubin topped 11% of the best schools for undergraduate business majors based on salary potential. And so what that means and what these next two bullets mean essentially is that when our students enter PACE, they come in with a certain pay scale that they're being paid, and then when they graduate, it goes up by that much amount. So it just really shows that the education that you're getting here is literally moving you up the social and economic ladder in terms of what you'll be paid once you graduate. And College Factual ranks Lubin, the specific accounting program, among the top 15% in the nation. So if you were coming to study accounting, you're definitely in the right hands for that too. Our personalized academic environment is really crucial. We have just over 3,000 undergraduate students and 738 grad students, and our average class size is approximately 21 students. So we have a very low student faculty ratio, which means that you are getting to know your future colleagues, which are your classmates. You're also getting to know your professors well. And we have students whose professors have actually helped them also to network and get internships and potentially connect them with the right people to get jobs after graduation. And we also provide you with an individual academic advisor throughout your program, so that you know exactly what you need to be doing throughout your entire program, and they will help connect you to all the other resources that you will need to be successful here. If you are participating in any of these programs listed on this slide, they count as one of our STEM programs, and so that means you can work for 3 years after graduation if you are involved with these programs. And as Phyllis mentioned a little bit earlier, as a PACE student, if you are studying here and you have been here for at least 2 semesters, or you've done 2 semesters in a previous school and you're transferring here, you can begin CPT, which is the internship that you're allowed to begin during your studies. And you can participate in OPT after you graduate. And that is the job that you'll hopefully be able to acquire through our services once you are at PACE. So we really make New York City work for you. And the way that we do that is we really want to expand on the experiential learning that we promise when you come here. And so that includes visiting things such as the Federal Reserve, because we have it right next door to our PACE Manhattan campus, visiting the New York Stock Exchange, as well as top accounting firms, financial services, and media companies like MTV, HBO, or NBC. We also expose you to the business world of New York City through executive speakers, business visits, client projects, and our alumni is really, really large. We have over 72,000 Lubin alumni. And so, of course, this means a larger network for you and more opportunities for you as well. And we also, in terms of our international alumni, that is also quite large. And so that means that if you decide, to work outside the US, we can potentially provide you with a contact for where you're looking to work. And in terms of internships, as Phyllis was saying, we really do work to get you those experiences at the top companies. And we do this through our PACE Path and Lubin Professional Experience programs. And again, that's another way that your advisor is really going to be helpful to you. We have professional and academic competitions that you can participate in. And I really encourage you to do that because you're able to get professional experience in like a safer environment than if you were actually in the field. So you really learn a lot through those experiences. We have faculty that sponsor research, so they know just not about what the real world business side of things are like, they also know the research behind it. We organize trips to major firms and institutions, as I said earlier. And also one cool thing about studying here is that even as an international student, you would be eligible to study abroad or participate in field studies, which are shorter term programs abroad during your time here. And that would look really good on a resume also. And finally, we also offer Dean's Roundtables. So you're able to sit down with our Dean of the Business School and get his insight into any questions that you might have about your future career. And so we really do emphasize this global focus. So the students that I specifically work with actually are students that come here for semester programs. And I see them completely transform during their time here. And you will also be transformed during your time in New York City, but we do encourage you, if you can, to expand your global focus even more and look into study abroad opportunities during your time here that will really benefit you because they'll be business focused. You'll get another cultural lens to study through. And so some other opportunities for student leadership are within our clubs on campus, which are very active. And some of them are pro fashion. We have Beta Alpha Psi, Beta Gamma Sigma, Ascend. For Pan-Asian leaders, we have Pace University Marketing Association. We have all of these clubs and organizations, and they're here for you to get that experience, to get that leadership experience. And again, it's not only a way for you to get that leadership, but also to have another thing on your resume that you can speak about and really talk about your communication skills, your organization skills, and your passion for whatever field that you're trying to break into. We also offer the Executive in Residence program. So essentially, this is senior executives who come to campus regularly. They provide these unique insights to students from a real business perspective, and they help us make sure that you are ready upon graduation, that you've had these conversations with individuals in the field, that you're comfortable speaking with executives in business. We've had this program for over 30 years. It's been very successful. And so that's definitely something you should take advantage of during your time here also. So as you can see, these are our contacts. If you have any questions, please let us know. And I'm going to pass it back over to Rob.
Yes, thank you so much, Jacqueline. I really appreciate you covering everything about the Lubin School of Business, and preceded by Phyllis discussing and giving a strong overview about career services. Again, everything that we do here is really with the intention for the return on investment for the student. But now is the moment where our admitted students get to hear from our current students. So what I would like to do is to introduce Ms. Kelly Moran. She's the Assistant Director of International Admission and Recruitment. She is a vital part of the organization here, and you probably received many emails from her detailing things that are missing and just answering general questions. So I'm going to hand off to Kelly. This is your show, Kelly. Take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. As Rob mentioned, my name is Kelly Moran, and I am the Assistant Director of International Admission here at Pace University. For all of our undergraduate students, hopefully my name is very familiar. You finally get to put a face to all of your WhatsApp messages and your emails. For all of our graduate students, a very special welcome to all of you as well. Now we're going to get started with the student panel. So while my panelists are turning on their microphones and their cameras, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of an overview. We do have some questions that we are going to pose to the group, things that we think you might want to know as an admitted student. But if there's anything that we are missing in our questions, please feel free to use the chat feature and I'll announce your questions to the panelists as well. So first things first, let's get started with some introductions. Ladies, if you don't mind sharing your name, where you're from, what campus you're studying on, and what your major is right now.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Aditi Maheshwari here. I'm coming from Mumbai, India. I'm doing my majors in marketing analytics, and I've been in PACE for a year and a half.
Hi, my name is Nchika. I am from Tanzania in East Africa. I started in 2019, so I'm a junior currently, and my major is advertising and integrated marketing communications, and I'm on the New York City campus.
Hi everyone, my name is Salsabil. I am from Kuwait. I am currently a junior, double majoring in finance and marketing, and I'm studying the New York City campus.
I'll break the silence. Hi, I am Sammy. I actually graduated in 2019. I'm still based in New York. I studied integrated communication and marketing, all that fun jazz.
Hello everyone, I'm Soundarya. I'm from London and I am an international management major studying here in New York City campus, and I am currently a senior graduating in December.
Lovely. Okay, let's get started with something nice and easy. Why did you guys choose PACE?
Well, I would say that PACE gives you a real world experience every day due to its prime location. It's in the downtown area of the New York City. It's near the financial district. Also, I really like the courses that were there in my program. So yeah.
For me, I think I picked it because of the location and the diversity and definitely the opportunities, especially with career services.
I chose PACE because I like the fact that I could double major, and I also really like the courses that are within my program.
Sorry. I picked Pace actually because when I toured the school, I could see like how much of a go-getter everyone there was. And my tour guide, she spoke about her major and her class with like really passion and like excited compared to when I toured the other school, it's kind of like they were reading off a script. So that's when I got excited. I'm like, this is it. I want to get my hand dirty and, work my butt off.
I chose PACE, one, because of the prime location it is in, two, because of the great diversity in students and professors, and three, because each class is small, so you get to connect with the professor, and that's what I really like. If you go to a bigger school, you're not really connecting with your professors or your colleagues, so being able to be in a smaller environment is really helpful.
All right, great segue into the next question, which is, what is the favorite class that you have taken in your program?
There were quite a few, but the best ones were visual analytics and marketing research. They were with Professor Vishal Lala, and the topics were really interesting, the tools and software that were discussed.
I would say my favorite class so far has been critical writing. It is a required course, but I actually loved it because my professor, it was Professor Campagnoni, and he's very open to different writing styles, and he's very young also, so he's also relatable to the students currently. I also love Spanish, and Religions of the Globe was an interesting class. I'm looking forward to doing consumer chemistry in the summer.
For me, my favorite class so far within my major has been data analysis and finance. Outside my major, I took art history, which was very interesting.
I think Jacqueline mentioned this before. My favorite must be the brand marketing team. It was like a 2-semester class, I would say. You learn so much in there, and it really helped you transfer from a student to a professional mindset.
Yeah, within my major, I'd say finance was definitely my favorite class. I think it's what got me to do my concentration in. And then currently I'm doing a French film class where you basically watch a bunch of movies and basically write critiques and reviews about it, and it's super fun.
Very nice. Nice group of classes there. Hopefully everyone wrote them down for schedule creation. Have a nice short list of things that you want to participate in. The next question, we're going to dive back a little bit into career services. So the stuff that Phyllis was talking about earlier in the presentation. Can you guys share how you've been able to work with career services to get any internship opportunities or any of the workshops? I know Sammy is our queen of internships, so she'll probably have a lot to say on this, but let's get started with Aditi, please.
So when my CPD started, COVID hit. So getting internships was really difficult. So I did not get one, but then career services really helped me with working on my resume, my cover letter. It gave me guidelines like how I can work through it. And it also gave me ideas as in how to improve my skills by doing some projects, and working on those really gave me a business like experience. Like I practically used all the skills that I developed. Yeah.
I had an internship in 2019 at the Clio Awards. It was not through career services. It was through a ad club event. Those are actually really good to go to. You get to meet the employers, talk to them personally, and then set up an interview and send them a resume. However, I did do the Inspire program, and I had to do the Rock Your Resume workshop and the other workshops that are included, and they're really helpful. And I did go to career services to polish my resume with them.
For me, before getting my internship, career services helped me tailor my cover letter and resume to that specific internship that I wanted. And they also helped me practice my interview skills.
Where do I even start? Like, I remember running to them, not knowing what a resume should look like. I took a template from Google, completely wrong, and they definitely helped me from A to Z. I graduated PACE with 6 internship under as an international student. So that's something I'm very proud of. And I definitely owe it to the career service team for sure. They helped me from building my resume to cover letter to mock interviews, all the career fair. I actually attend every single one of it from my freshman year to my senior year, even though I have internship all throughout. It's definitely a highly recommend because it's help you understand what the industry is looking for so that this like you can go back, build on those skill sets so that you become like more valuable to the market. Again, it's career service is amazing. I feel bad keep bugging them, but I always come back to them for help or even questions, something you think you know, but just ask them to reassure.
I have not had an internship as of yet, but I did interview for a couple of big companies like Discovery, Moody's, and Viacom. So definitely being able to go to career services, asking them for just a little question on, is this how my 30-second pitch should be? Or how am I supposed to talk? Or what am I supposed to wear? Anything you can ask them, and they're really helpful. And yeah, I mean, they help me with my resume, my interview skills, and just being able to look at the right companies for my major and catering my job search as well.
Lovely. Well, we are talking about career services and careers. I am going to double back to Sammy. Sammy, can you tell us a little bit about your current position?
Yeah, so I am currently working at Tommy John's. The background it started as a men's underwear business, but now it's been evolved into almost $1 billion business of men's and women's underwear to apparel. I recently got promoted as a digital marketing manager there. So thank you, Career Service, for eventually for all of your help. But yeah, I do email marketing, social media, and SMS marketing.
Lovely. Congratulations on your recent promotion. We didn't plan that, I promise. So let's move a little bit more into the fun questions. So thinking of life on campus, what is your favorite event that you participated in on campus? It can be academic, it can be fun, whatever you're thinking.
I'll go on the fun side. The events are really fun at the college. So one of my favorite ones was canvas painting, where we just sat and we painted. It was really fun. Like an hour we were there. Yeah.
I actually love some of the events that PACE has had. I think my first one that I went to that I really liked was Spring Fest or Fall Fest, where they have a bunch of like fun activities in the student center. You can make like stuffed bears. I got a graffiti t-shirt done the way I wanted it. Another one was David Dobrik came, which was pretty cool. They normally have like a silent headphone party, different cultural nights, Holy. And most recently I went to Break Bar, which was really fun, where you can just go and break things. And I'm looking forward to more events before the end of the semester.
Just like Anshika, I really loved going to Break Bar. It was so much fun after the exams, just getting all that stress out. I also really enjoy the employer spotlights and hearing advice and getting some insights from industry professionals.
Yeah, 100% agree with the employee spotlight. Definitely learn a lot. I think I got 2 internships from attending those events too, so definitely recommend it. I also really like all the coffee and tea events that the international office used to host. I don't know if you guys still do it, but it's really fun. It's a great opportunity to like network and see what other students learn, and you meet other people from other countries. So that was fun. And obviously the career fair, because I went every year. Obviously, I'm obsessed with it.
In terms of academic, I'd say the Lubin roundtable conferences. I think they're really helpful. You get to talk to these executives from all kinds of industries and get an insight on what they do and how you can build your skills. And on an extracurricular basis, I'd say going to David Dobrik's panel or event was really nice. I'd never seen PACE like that ever before, so it was really fun.
Lovely, thanks guys. Fall Fest is actually one of my favorites as well, mostly due to all of the food trucks that come to campus. So on that note, let's talk a little bit about food in the New York area and on campus. Where is your favorite place to eat? What is your favorite thing to eat in New York?
Firstly, I would say, of course, pizza. So Artichoke Pizza is one of the best pizza places I've been to. Apart from that, my all-time go-to place is Chipotle. It has good Mexican food.
I think this is a hard question because I'm always looking for like different places to try in the city. I have a long list. But I would have to say an everything bagel and cream cheese for breakfast is definitely one of my favorites. And then just because we live right next to a Joe's Pizza, Joe's definitely, and Chipotle for sure.
I agree that the pizza in New York is the best. My favorite restaurant, however, is Clinton Hall. I love eating their buffalo cauliflower, and Joe's Pizza also has some great pizza.
I'm indecisive, so Italy would be my place. I can grab from dessert to pizza to bread and cheese and salami. So definitely recommend it. Also, if you guys like pizza, might want to try out Ruby Rosa. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. I promise.
I agree with everyone, but personally, I'd say a bagel sandwich is my best thing. Like you could have a bagel in the morning or any time of the day, and you'll never be sick of it. So it's just amazing.
So everyone adapted to New York quite well. We've got pizza and bagels, stuff that we're known for. I'm glad everyone's trying the right stuff. Next thing we're going to talk about is a little bit about COVID. So I know some of you aren't on campus, some of you are, but all of you are in New York area. So can you talk a little bit about the transition of your studies in this last year and how you've been able to remain connected to the city and to the campus community?
I would say that it was really difficult in the beginning because we had to bring a balance between studies, classes, and cooking, and also applications, job applications. But yeah, we get used to it and we do cope up with it. Apart from that, during COVID, it was really difficult to stay connected initially. But of course, Pace University uh, uh, kept events and workshops. We just participated in it and we networked with different people. There were movie nights, there are game nights, they're all online, and it's really great to be there.
For me, I had to go back home, so it was hard because of the time difference for me. But I think it took a while to adapt to online learning. I think everyone has felt that. Still don't enjoy online learning as much. Well, you gotta do it. I think also just being back in New York and being able to go to campus is really nice. Pace has been really good with their COVID safety guidelines. They've adapted really well. And for staying connected, I would say it's not been too bad because they've constantly had events, and also during classes, you get put into breakout rooms, you get to know people better. And when you're in groups, in smaller groups, just take the opportunity to like learn about people that you're with.
The transition to like online classes, I think, has been difficult for everyone because things were just constantly changing. But I think the professors and the advisors have been very helpful in understanding. And to stay connected, I would suggest going to like events online and some events that are on campus, and also going to your professor's office hours just to connect or ask any questions.
I'm not in class, but I can definitely relate to being transitioned from office to online. I would say social media and stay in touch with checking your emails and LinkedIn and constantly like staying in touch and like see what's up with people because you don't know what's going on, and that's how you're gonna stay connected. Also, I highly recommend Zoom fatigue is real. So like I always Google and like on Instagram to see like ways to take breaks, like exercise on your chair kind of thing, to really give yourself a little break between classes.
Yeah, I think initially it was really hard, but I think the entire PACE community adapted really well. And now I think PACE has done an amazing job in terms of like COVID safety and the cafeteria, like how they give takeout and stuff. So that's nice. And in terms of staying in touch, for me personally, I go on live Twitch streams that many PACE students are on. So you're able to connect and have fun at the same time. So I highly recommend that.
All great advice. Just to clarify some points, campus is back open for both the New York City and the Pleasantville campus locations. As the ladies suggested, we are taking every precaution to make sure that everyone is safe. So you have to fill out your PACE questionnaire every morning you go into campus, make sure that you're feeling okay. If you're not feeling okay, making sure that you're getting COVID tested and just making sure that everyone on campus is happy and healthy and keeping everybody safe. So we're all doing our very best, and we are very, very hopeful to come back in a greater capacity in the fall. So always a good thing to hear, right? The light at the end of the tunnel. The next question that we're going to talk about is, let's see, what was the hardest part of your transition from home to PACE and New York and just the US in general? What is something that you wish you had known before you came to the States?
Earlier I was living with family, so it was easier, like they are around and you know, or someone will be cooking at home. But after coming over here, I just had to work on everything, like take care of your food, take care of your cooking, take care of your studying and everything. So yeah, it was really difficult, but then yeah, you get used to it.
I definitely agree with that. Coming from like a background where you've always lived with family, it was a bit challenging to start living alone. It is easier if you live in dorms, you always have someone in there. I also think for me, it was just getting used to how different high school and university life is. The first day I remember being really confused. I finished my first class and everyone just like goes their own ways, whereas in high school everyone just like hangs around, chills together, but here people have things to do, jobs to get to. So that was an interesting change for me. And I think initially just getting into a routine and stepping out of your comfort zone. I remember I used to just stick to the same area or the same like subway lines because I don't want to get lost, but after that just start exploring and it's pretty fun.
For me personally, back in high school, we followed the British curriculum. So transitioning to like an American system was very challenging because it was so different. But the advisors were always there to help and kind of guide me. And there's also this class called UNV 101 that helps you transition. That was also really beneficial.
Yeah, I would say the rat from Subways. I was not familiar with seeing rat running around the city, so that was a quite adjustment. But I agree with everyone that moving away from family was like one of the tough, because I didn't know how to cook and I came here and I have to learn, and that was a tough lesson.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely came to New York City with an open mind, wanting to explore, meet new people. So was not really hard for me to live, without my family. But if I have to think about one thing at the back of my head, I'd say being able to understand the New Yorker life. You know, you just see it in the movies and you just really don't know what it is like. But then you come to the city, you understand that, being yourself is all that it takes. And people are going to embrace you here at PACE in New York City and even in the US.
Great piece of advice. So with that in mind, we're going to finish with everyone's best piece of advice. So we're going to give 1 more minute for anyone, if you have any questions, anything that you've thought of during the presentation while the ladies answer the final question. So a lot of these students are still making their decision, will they be coming to PACE in the fall? What would you say to them that should help them make their decision or help them choose PACE?
Well, I think in fall, I think all the classes will open up. It will be on campus mostly, and yeah, the better the sooner the better. You just come. You just have to take that decision. And I would also recommend to pre-plan your program, the courses that you'll be taking. Start joining LinkedIn if you're not already there. Start interacting with people and networking with the alumni, and whatever can help you the best.
I would say if you haven't done a tour yet, you should do that. It might help you make your decision quicker. Talk to people at Pace. I think, I don't know if it's still there, the Pace Bound, that online platform. And then I think once you're in New York City, just go and explore, go outside your comfort zone, join clubs on campus. That's a really good way of meeting new people, especially with like similar interests. And you're going to be in New York City, just go enjoy it, explore it. You're in a really great city, and Pace is in a great location.
I think connecting with like current PACE students is such a good way to help you make your decision because they've been at PACE for a while. For me, I looked at like the courses because that's what I was mainly concerned about. So look over the courses, see if that's what you want to take. And yeah, we should be back at PACE in the fall and it should be great.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everyone else. Another advice I said, like, if you want to maximize your dollar, I would say Pace is the place. Everyone's there as a go-getter. Like all these ladies here are, very strong, and that's what you're gonna see around Pace community is everyone is really strong. Everyone is trying their best to get a job and going to be their best version of themselves. And because of that, you find yourself really work hard to become the best version of yourself too. So if you want that, then Pace your place. Besides that, agree with joining clubs. I mentioned before, I got 2 internships while joining just like a 30 an hour minute panels. I also got an internship through the ad club. So, career service is great, but also Pace, you can get an internship anywhere to anyone you talk to. So yeah.
Yeah, I would just start off by saying Pace is in a great location. I mean, if you're Lubin students, being able to live in the financial district itself will get you immersed in just that workaholic kind of lifestyle. And Pace is honestly, it has the most diverse community ever. I mean, I've met people from all walks of life from many different countries. So being able to come here and experience that is really good opportunity.
Lovely. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining us today. It was much appreciated. All of you had wonderful things to share with everyone, so very much so. Thank you for sharing all of your experiences and hopefully helping the students make their decision. The last 2 questions that I see in the chat are we going to be full in-person classes next fall, or will they still be hybrid? So we are following the guidance from the CDC and all of the health guidance coming out about COVID. Right now, given the numbers in New York, given the numbers at Pace, we are very hopeful to have a majority of our classes in person, but the likelihood is there will still be some hybrid courses just to, again, maintain social distancing, make sure that everyone is staying safe. But again, bulk of classes in person. So we are very much so looking forward to coming back in full, as long as it is safe to do so. The next question is, where can we find all of the club's information? So there is a website called, I believe it's Paceopoly, right, ladies? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, where it has all of the different club information available on the website.
I think it's Stutter Sync now. So
okay, there we go. I'm aging myself there.
EDU, it should be there.
Cool. So you're able to access all the club information there, review different things that the clubs have been able to participate in, and even connect with the current club executive board if you would like to ask any specific questions with that. The last thing that I just wanted to share is just going back to our deposit information. So for all of our students who maybe you joined a little bit late, or if you haven't submitted your deposit yet, please remember to do so via your applicant dashboard. So you're able to log into where you viewed your student decision letter and submit your deposit there. And also your I-20 information. So you should have received an email titled Request for Form I-20 Documentation. That will include all of the instructions that you see here, submitting your financial affidavit, your bank statement, and the copy of your passport photo page. All 3 of those documents are needed to create your Form I-20, which will then allow you to apply for your student visa. So if you haven't done that yet, please be sure to do so. And if you have any questions about any of that, please feel free to reach out to us. We are happy to help you, and we are looking forward to meeting all of you in person as soon as possible. So thank you for joining us today. And with that, that concludes our presentation. So thank you all and have a great day.